Alright everyone, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get high rounds on Anfang in today's video. This is my second high round strategy I've ever done, so hopefully it does help you guys out. But let's get right into this. The first step I would say you got to take is make sure you got a good gun you're using. And in Anfang, the best gun is called the Einhorn revolving shotgun. And these are the attachments that my buddy Insomnivirus told me to try, and these work out pretty well. So you use for the rear grip pine tar grip, magazine the 16 gauge 7 round, the underbarrel carver foregrip, muzzle M97 full choke, and yeah, the names are there. For all of them except, well, the sight don't worry about the optic really. That one's not going to be important at all. I just have it for the fun of it. But those are the attachments. You don't really unlock any of these too late. But if your shotgun's not leveled up, make sure you play a bit, level that up, because you will need at least the magazine attachment. You will want to have that, and the M97 full choke. These two I would say are the most useful. The rest is good, but those two are, I think, the best out of all of them. One more thing I want to say is there's a lot of easy steps for the high round strategy that I won't really cover in the videos. For example, getting full armor, getting Pack-a-Punch to tier 3, and getting your perks. That's all self-explanatory. I normally go with Pack-a-Punching and armor first, and I leave perks for last because you don't really need much perks besides maybe quick revive until round 10 to 15, and you can normally get triple pap by then. So go for pap first, go for armor first, and then go for perks at the last. And you could buy perks midway if you got enough, but make sure you focus on pack. Alright everyone, the next step is going to be to have the right covenants, which is going to help you a lot when you're playing. The main one I would say that you need is called the Ammo Gremlin. When you get this to the legendary version, it's a bit blurry I know, but when you get it to the legendary version, it's going to quickly keep giving you ammo as you're shooting your weapon. So it's like a way you never reload and you never run out of ammo. Alright, the second covenant that you're going to want to get is called Motherload. This one, pretty much every time you throw a decoy or monkey, which you're going to be using a lot of in this game, it's going to actually give a chance of actually gaining an extra one back, or you don't even use up the one you threw. So let's say you got 2 decoys, you throw 1 decoy, you're still going to have 2, or you might even get 3 decoys. It doesn't always work like that, but whenever it does, and it's more than likely it's going to work like that, it's very helpful, and you definitely want to have Motherload as the second covenant. Alright, your final covenant is going to be called Dead Accurate. This one, pretty much if you shoot the same zombie more than once, or the boss zombie, it's going to do extra damage every single time. This one, it's good. It's not exactly 100% something you need, but it's probably the best covenant out of all the other options you might have. You could also use Splatterfest, which is cool as well. It could help you out. You can use it by getting the gammon bombs, which is also part of the strategy. You hold on to a gammon bomb, and if you have Splatterfest, you throw a gammon bomb and everything's just going to explode around you. So either Splatterfest or Dead Accurate. I personally would go with Dead Accurate as it makes the shotgun a lot more helpful, but you could also use Splatterfest. This one is honestly up to the player to decide, but the other two, Motherload and Ammo Gremlin, you 100% want to have. Also, one more thing, I'm going to explain a few of the rounds, the best way to go through them. The blitz rounds I'm not really going to explain in this strategy because they're very easy. There's no super sprinters, and the shotgun is pretty much going to be a one shot to the head throughout the whole game. So you won't really need a tutorial on the blitz rounds, those ones will be easy. But for the transmits and for the harvest rounds, I'll try explaining a few of the maps. There's quite a few of them, so I'll try explaining as much as I can, especially the more difficult maps. I'll show you guys those ones. The easy ones, you can use the same strategy as the difficult one. So I'm playing this from a previous stream, so I'll just try explaining as we go. So there's 2 areas it could spawn in. This is the bottom stair area it spawned in. When it spawns in here, or at the top, it's kind of a similar strategy. You want to always make sure you're running around. You can see I'm sitting down here and trying to camp out the spot right now, which is not what you want to do. Because from my previous game, I soon realized that you got to keep running around to actually get this round pretty much. If you sit in the same spot, the super sprinters will kill you very quickly. But the good thing about the harvest is there's only 10 zombies that really spawn in throughout the whole time in that round. So if you got 10 zombies chasing you, no more will spawn in unless one of those 10 dies. But the fact that they're all super sprinters and there's no like real open big area in this one round, it makes it a lot more difficult. It's like all tight corners where zombies get easy hits on you. So right now you can see this spot is one of the best right there where I was at. Let me go back to show you. Like right where I'm camping right here on the stairs. I should have stayed here longer because I realized it late. When you're camping at the stairs, the zombies only spawn from the bottom area on the first phase. If I camped down there, that would have been a lot easier, but I just kept running around. Made it more difficult on myself, but that's the first phase down. Complete that one. The second one spawns up here right next to the stairs. Honestly, you can this one is more difficult because they spawn from the top and the bottom, so that makes it a little bit more stressful. The last part was only the bottom, so if you camped at the top, they wouldn't really come from you from the back. So if you get it from the bottom, always just try camping like that for the first phase. The second phase, I like this spot right here. Because at the stairs, if you ever need to jump down to get out of there, it's quite easy. And you can get a few kills and then quickly jump down the second it gets like too much in this area. Also, I'm not sure. Hopefully I threw a monkey in this one. But as you can see, we're just camping. I almost got killed, so I used the ether shroud, picked up the armor. And yeah. This one's pretty simple if you're running around and taking it safe. Obviously, I got a bit lucky. I got armor this round, but even without the armor, as you can see, I still got 2 monkeys that I could be throwing. If I threw the monkeys right now, it would have helped me out because I could have gotten a few extra kills like that and the stones and deposited. That's why monkeys with mother load is going to be so important. This round, pretty much, it's just running around. That's the main thing you want to keep in mind. Because the other harvests, you're actually going to be camping. You don't have to run around that much on the other harvest areas. But this one specifically, you have to run around. This is going to be your most difficult area. Okay, so for this round, which is going to be the harvest stamina up area, this one's very easy. All you got to do, the second you spawn in, you jump down to this camping spot right here. And you pretty much just stay here throughout the whole round. Whenever you want to deposit like safely, the first one, you're going to get all 5 of the runestones right up here. Once you get all 5, you can just jump up and quickly deposit. You don't have to do anything special like throw a monkey or activate your ether. It doesn't really matter. For phase 2 or 3, you can use decoy or ether, either one. Just like to use one of those two to actually do the deposit. The next difficult round you're going to get could be Shinonuma Harvest. This one's going to be a bit difficult because Shinonuma, it's once again just like the Deadshot area. It's very like tight corners. You can get hit quickly and it's a small map, so it's going to be tough to run around. But for this one, if you come camp on top of these like crates over here, you can pretty much camp here throughout the whole round. This is why all the other harvests are pretty easy. This is already the second camping spot you can use. You camp here, you get all 5 runestones. If you have to jump off because you're getting overrun, you can throw a monkey or activate ether and then run back here. In this case, I just trained around, but to play it safe, you could always just use ether or monkey. But as long as you got ammo gremlin, I didn't have it in this game because I didn't realize at the time you need ammo gremlin. But if I had it, I wouldn't have to reload like I'm right here. And if you reload, that's how you get overrun. If you get the barn harvest, this one's actually going to be pretty easy as well. The hardest part is getting through the first phase of this round. Because in the first phase, the zombies are actually going to be spawning like all in your area pretty much. Like right where you spawn in, they're all going to spawn right there where you want to deposit the runestones. But for the first one, all you got to do is just train, get kills, throw a monkey if you need, use your ether. Because the first one is going to be the most difficult one. Now the second area, it's going to be easier, but because pretty much, I'm going to pause it right here. If you see this doorway, if you camp right in this area, the zombies will only spawn down there. They're not going to spawn in this area. So you can literally just camp right here, get all the kills you need, get all the crystals. And then once you want to leave, you can throw a monkey or a decoy and run to the Sin Eater to quickly deposit. And same for the last area. Once you complete that second area, which is this one, no zombies will spawn there. They're all going to spawn in where the third area is. So that's how this harvest works. Mainly, this is the only one where you could abuse that fact where they're not going to spawn in your area. Because this is the only one where you can literally just have the easiest camping spot. Obviously, if you run out of armor though, it's going to be a little bit difficult still, but this one's pretty easy. Alright, before I get to this next one, I'm not going to be covering the harvest on Hotel Royale because I actually don't remember getting that on a high round, so I don't really have video footage of it. But for the Hotel Royale harvest, there's going to be like just boxes you can camp on. Like the same way I'm going to be doing it on the Blitz rounds. You can just camp on top of like an area and get all the kills you need. You're not really going to have to train around on the harvest on that one. And the only one you got to train around is Deadshot Harvest. That's the only one you're ever going to have to train around. When I say Deadshot Harvest, I mean if you see this yellow perk, this is pretty much Deadshot, and the harvest around there is what you call Deadshot Harvest. One more tip, guys, whenever you're doing the transmit rounds, there's going to be 2 of them that take longer than the other ones and are more difficult. That's going to be Hotel Royale and the one that's near Deadshot. These 2 take longer because the orb actually ends up traveling more than, for example, Shinonuma, which takes like 40 seconds. This one takes like 1 minute and 20 seconds. So you want to be a little bit more careful on these rounds. Best way to be careful is shoot in the beginning and then throw the decoys or use the ether. Don't start throwing an ether decoy right away, or don't use the ether right away, because then you're going to end up not having anything to get you through the last part of the transmit, which is the most difficult, I would say. The beginning is normally easy of the transmit round. So for this round, it's going to be Shinonuma transmit, which is one of the more difficult ones, but you'll see in this video footage, I'm going to get through the whole round without even shooting 1 bullet, just to show how easy this one is. So when the round pretty much starts, automatically just stay with the ether, have a decoy in your hand ready to go. So the second you see the zombies on the minimap getting close to you, throw that decoy. By the time it activates, it takes a couple seconds sometimes, so you might want to throw it early. But once that one activates, it's going to last for about 10 seconds. You can keep going with the transmit. Get the second one ready in your hand to throw. The second the other one's about to stop working, which is about 10 seconds after you threw it, you throw the second one and you keep going. Normally you might not even need all 3 decoys. You can use all 3 to be extra safe, but 2 decoys along with the field upgrade for ether shot, that's all you're really gonna need. You're really gonna need on this round. As you can see, I only threw 2 decoys. Yeah, I didn't even end up wasting a 3rd one. Alright, so when you get the round transmit on the harvest, or no, on Deadshot area, the best way to play is just take it slow in the beginning. Get a little bit in, just aim with the shotgun and just keep going forward like this. So far so easy, right? Just go very slow. Once you get to this stairway, normally I like to just use my ether here, just to play it extra safe. Or honestly, I think using a decoy. If you're using decoys, throw the decoy first. Second it activates, you should be good for like 10 seconds at least. We're already halfway through. Alright, nice. With Mother Load, I actually got my decoy to save. Let's throw 1 more decoy now. The other one's, yeah, the other one's gone now, see? Nicely timed. I still got 2 decoys. Let's just pretend I only had 2 decoys and I didn't get any extra. Those 2 decoys is pretty much enough for the whole round. See, just like that. Easy round right here. It's a transmit round once again. Best way we want to do this is, once again, just kill a little bit when the round starts. Don't want to waste any decoys or anything. Not just yet, it's too early to waste the decoys. Okay, we want to actually stick with this though. Just keep getting the kills. Okay, this one's a little bit more annoying personally, but okay, so far so good. We're like 20% in. That loading bar is not very accurate because there's sometimes it moves really slow and sometimes it goes really fast. It's not really accurate, I think. Okay, now I'm gonna throw 1 decoy right here. I think this area is a little bit more dangerous, so okay. Let's just pretend I only had 2 decoys to throw. So we're gonna play it like there's only 2 I can throw. We're gonna throw the second one, not just yet. Now. Okay. Hopefully this gets us to the end. It should. Normally with Mother Load you can actually use more than 2, 3, maybe even 4 decoys every time, but alright, yeah. This one was a bit more difficult, but obviously I could have thrown another decoy if I wanted to. Alright guys, so I covered off everything I thought would be quite useful in this video. If there were any rounds though that I didn't go over, I know there's a few, just let me know in the comments and I'll try explaining with words to help. But if you understood how I did a few of the more difficult rounds, like the transmits on the deadshot area or like the harvest on the deadshot area once again, then everything else is going to be a lot easier and simpler, because you're going to be using similar to same strategies for pretty much all of the objectives that are the same. Even if they're on different maps, you'll still do the same thing. Comment letting me know if it helped you out, or if you at least enjoyed the video. It was a long video, so I'm hoping you guys did enjoy it. See you guys all in the next one. Thank you.